Foresters, substitution number 32, Karen Bacon. For the Knights, Anton Belfordo. Substitution number 12, Jonas Shaker. Entering the contest for the Foresters, number 6, Abraham Cassidy.
Let's go, Cammy!
Hello everyone, welcome into King Stadium. Sorry for some of that last minute hustle and bustle. Had 3 streams today in a row, and now we're here for the semifinals between the Huntington Foresters and the Marian Knights. Preston husband Josh Kessler. We've started to work together a lot, and it looks like the Foresters are going to need some work here for the rest of this first half into the second half, down 1-0. Still a lot of time left, Josh, but you're talking about it as I came out here from the basketball game. Not much attack happening for the Foresters at the moment.
Luckily, in the last couple of minutes here, they've picked things up. They've gotten control of the midfield a little bit more. But quite frankly, it looked like both teams picked up where they left off at the end of last game, with Marian is the aggressor and Huntington just hanging on. And I think we've righted the ship a little bit here. A couple of key subs.
João Ratinho had a shot on goal just a while back. A nice save by Juan Torres, great goalkeeper for the Marian Knights. We'll dive more into all of these players as we move on. Right now, we're just glad to be here on the call right now, as these two teams just met a couple of games ago. It was a 2-2 draw in that one. As you talked about, Marian really dominated the end of that game. HU got the first 2, and then it was all Marian the rest of the night.
Yeah, they looked great. I mean, they're a great team. They came into the season, you know, with eyebrows up. There's no doubt that this is a very good team, and they're playing up to their preseason expectations right now. And the truth is that they need this conference championship to get into the next level, and so they're going to be highly motivated.
Abraham Abdul Qadri, he just subbed on, a goal scorer in the last match, pushes it past the back line. Sam Delobaipu going to pick it up in the box. Sam trying to go to work right there. Good tackle in to knock him off the ball. But as you mentioned, some attack building up for HU, and we saw Qadri create all kind of havoc in that last match.
Yeah, talking to Andrew Woost today, former coach, just talking about we have to have the midfield has got to be locked down. The ball's got to go through the midfield. That's great right there, what we just saw there from end to end, but that's not going to win us this game. That's gonna make us tired. That's a little bit of desperation, but when we're working the ball through the midfield, keeping it off of their feet, we're going to be looking really good.
Long throw in the box. Qadri was roaming on the backside, and now Marian trying to push forward here as Cooper Foshi will run it down. He was the guy that kind of started that last really good attack for HU down the right side. Now, the last few minutes moved back into more of a defensive role, but you see him here trying to get back in on the possession and a costly turnover in the middle.
But that's what we're looking for there. We're looking to pass it around the midfield, looking to control it. We're not looking to play boom ball. That's not how this team was built, and that's not where they're going to find their joy.
Patel pushing the pace to the left side. Ihara will slow it down as he now pushes towards goal. Delobaipu running to his left. Qadri in the middle. Patel now picks it up. A goal scorer in the last match, trying to get it through to Abe. Nice combination, just a little off on the run.
Yeah, starting to see some good things from us. Maintaining possession. It's going to happen off of possession.
Take a look at this Marian team. They were right there in the top 4 throughout the year. And as you said, their expectations were high coming in. Coach Jenkins has done an extremely good job down there. Marian just in his second year. A ton of transfers, and of course in an international flair we see throughout the Crossroads League, well, it's maybe even more heavy on Marian's side. They've got players from all over the world, and we've already seen a couple of them combine for that first attack tonight to put them up 1-0.
Yeah, that's what's fun. Again, I love the NAI. I love NAI soccer. You can go out and you can recruit yourself a contender in very little time, and that's what a lot of the teams in the Crossroads have been able to do.
Just saw it in on the basketball court as well. Holy Cross had a couple of players from the European countries, the Foresters as well on the hardwood. Jirpat Pukliang able to knock that down to Sam Dolobaipio. A little bit of a heavy first touch. It got away from him. Marian able to knock it away.
Yeah, that's a rare stumble there for Sam.
I hear he's been busy on that left side. Nice slide to poke that out of play. It'll be a Forester throw-in.
Yeah, he's really putting that side of the defense for Marian under duress.
He's been really a nice addition. A transfer in, originally from Japan, is Rio, and he's had a couple of goals, a few assists. See if he can come up big for this team tonight.
Yeah, sometimes it takes different international students a little bit of a time to figure out, our brand, and you got brands. You're mixing brands from all over the world, and so as soon as you get a guy like that from Japan, and he figures out what we're trying to do here, that's when he starts to really catch form in the second half of the season.
Forster's working it back into the box again. Patel's been busy in that midfield as well. Goes far side Foshi, who will pull it down under control. Cannon Dakin, he's been getting a nice run. He's right here on the right in front of us. It's a similar rotation we've seen from the Foresters as of late. They've kind of locked in who they like and who they're going to play throughout the remainder of this game, and as far as they go, it looks like. Switch waiting to be made for Marian. Once again, we apologize for the commentary coming a little late tonight. It was just a crazy day for FDN Sports, but we will make sure to cover this to the best of our ability the rest of the way. It's been a magical year for Coach Nick Potter. Won the regular season for the first time in a long time. And man, this magic, we'd love to see it live on with home games coming in the Crossroads League tournament. If the Foresters can win again tonight, they'll host the championship next Wednesday as well.
Yes, I mean, they're working hard, and again, that's what I don't think, unfortunately for Marian, because they are a great team, I don't think they have a high enough ranking in the area ranking toward the end of the season. Their path to the next level is winning the conference, and so the motivation, and I don't know that Huntington is going to get through the next round for sure, but they are third in the ARC ranking. And so that should secure them a next spot. And I really am seeing Marian play really kind of excited about being here and excited about what they can do.
Mateus Menegheli, he's going to pick up a yellow card there. Tactical foul to stop the break. Just so everyone knows at home, that first goal scorer was Josh Wessling from Carmel, Indiana. 13 matches, 7 starts this year. Or last year, excuse me. He's got 4 goals this season before tonight's match, so make it 5 for him. So local kid is the one that scores. Talk about all the international flair, but the kid from Carmel is the one that put his team in front.
He earned that. That was a hustle goal. He beat everybody to the spot, put the ball in the back of the net. That's one he earned.
Foshi heads that one away, won the first ball. Now Klefferker able to step in and head that one away. HU maybe off and running here if Abe can get a touch to it. Nice step in from that back line. This Marian team is really good defensively as Abe goes down and the Knights keep possession.
Referee letting him play on there, a lot of contact.
This is one of the players that I have already been super interested in. Number 20 on the pitch, he has the ball right now. Matthew Liu from Germany. He is so creative and has been in on the attack a lot. And you see Dilesh Patel mad about a little simulation. He's going to get handed a yellow card for maybe a couple words he had with the official.
Yeah, and there's a foul there. I mean, he really did. He did a great job of getting a little bit extra. That's part of the game. Dilesh really got to keep his cool there because it doesn't hurt us that much right here.
Correct.
And so you just got to kind of swallow your pride there.
But Lou, as I was saying, he's a transfer from Weber State, so he came from a different school as well. Weber International, from Florida. So he's a German that comes in. He's had a lot of the ball here early on the right side, now here in front of us. He's been busy and someone to keep an eye on for this Knights team.
Yeah, and right when I say that, it's not going to hurt us that much here, that's a great ball.
Yeah, drove it to the back post. No one really able to get there. The Knights still keep playing these long balls forward. This one brought down and put towards goal, but not on goal, as that strikes a little wide from Sebastian Gonzalez. 7 minutes left in this first half.
This has been a great weather season all year. I mean, I can't believe that it's low 50s right now, and this is not Crossroads League championship weather, I tell you that.
Well, it could always change. You never know what Wednesday might look back if the Foresters do host. It looks like a chillier week ahead. I did bring some extra layers just in case, because it will cool off as this night goes on.
Yeah, sure. Walk to my car for more layers as well.
But we have been blessed with some awesome weather and some awesome soccer as well. HU has been dominant here at home, just 2 losses on the year at home, and they have felt comfortable here, and a big reason why is the fans to our left, they continue to show up near sellout out here on the Forester side, and that tennis team, and of course the Knights, they don't bring a huge crowd tonight, but they got some rowdy fans to our right as well. So
they do.
It's what we like to see.
That is probably one of the downsides of having a highly international team is you don't have parents show up. Our parents, we're so grateful. We talk about this at the last live stream. There's parents of these international students all over the globe. Last time we had someone from New Zealand. So if you're a parent of either one of these teams and you're on the chat section there in YouTube, let us know where you're at. We'd love to say hello to you.
Definitely check that out as we go on through tonight. Here's Lou again. He's been the main runner down the left side of this pitch. Is now Seifert, the German, sends it in. One waiting there for Marian. Mateus Menegheli knocks it away. Nice intervention by him. He's been a pleasant surprise for this Forester team. A transfer in his first year with the program, making a big impact. Flicked shot on will be too high, but now we're seeing a little bit of this momentum coming back the Knights' way.
Forester's got to take a breath right here, maybe take a little bit of air out of the ball. Let's get into halftime. I mean, if you can equalize, great, but certainly don't go down 2.
Yep, 2 would feel like not impossible to overcome, but man, this Marian team, we talked about how they ended that last match. You go down 2, and it's like they have really been on top of us for the last 90 minutes, looking back to the second half of last game as well.
Yes, and that's where if we forget who we are for just a couple minutes and we stop trying to do what we do, but credit to, I always love when teams say we're playing poorly, we're not playing like we should play. Well, the other team's got a lot to say about that. They're trying to keep you from doing those things. And Marian, they had a great game plan. You could see it, how to defend us.
One guy they have slowed down so far is Sam Dillabaipu, who had a little bit of a missed touch there again in the midfield. And it's going to lead to an attack here by Westling, the goal scorer. Carmel natives sneaks through the right side, gives it to another attacker. They're going to look to get something off, and it's going to be an easy save for Pellegrini as he has to go down and cover it up.
Too much air under that ball right there. Dan's got a great punt or great play out of the back, but when you put it up that high with a little backspin on it, just gives too many players an opportunity to camp underneath it. It's not going to be real dangerous for us.
Pellegrini has been so excellent this year. It was a little bit maybe of a softball that led to the attack that scored the goal for the Knights, which is unfortunate because Dan has been so good. But he did make an excellent save, but then the rebound was the one that went in. So Dan has obviously done way more good than he has poor this year, but maybe not his best moment there. But hey, he's going to come up big later in this game. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, you got to be able to count on when you get that save, even if it was a little bit unfortunate. When you get that save, you got to be able to count on your defenders. I mean, if I'm going to break down film, I want to see what my defenders are doing. Maybe they're jogging back. You got to be getting back hard.
Yep. And we love that Dan's family is always tuning in, and they know we're huge supporters of Dan. And once again, we've seen him make a mistake in a game before, and then he comes back. And the last time he played, Marian made 12 saves. So he's crucial to the success, and I have a feeling maybe he'll come up big again later in this game if the Foresters can grab one. Watching
Dan be successful has been great. I've just enjoyed it. He's such a great guy. You know, this is the third year of knowing him and watching him, and he does come to my church. It's wonderful to just see him there with his girlfriend Tegan, who's on the women's soccer team every week, and it's such a pleasure to see them there and watch them not just grow as soccer players, but grow as young adults.
Two really good people. Tegan Phillips on the women's soccer team, as you mentioned, she's always here watching. Usually sit with Tammy Gass, Forester super fan, over to our left. She's here for every single game. Run down the right side by Ihara, and that's knocked out of play. It'll be a long throw in, and this is where we've seen Cannon Dakin become more of a weapon. We talked about this a lot in the last match, but you called it almost a corner because he can send this long throw into the center of the box.
Yeah, and it's accurate. So sometimes, again, with a kick, I'd like to think that you could be as accurate with a kick, but you just can't. I mean, this is on the trajectory he's looking for. You pick a spot and you put it there.
See if Cannon can create something right now. An emotional win for him against St. Francis as he transferred in from St. Francis to HU. Again, rising up, Torres able to knock that one out of any harm's way, and Meneghelli will step up and play it forward. 1:40 left until the halftime break. The Wessling goal is the difference right now for the Knights. Taken this time, won't throw it in the box, but goes long to Foshi. Cooper, we've talked about how he's changed as a player, as a position, more offensive this year. Kadri tried backheeling that. Couldn't quite get back to it as Kleffiker will reset. Low ball towards Dakin. Couldn't quite come back and get it. Pukliang tries to win it. And
so we didn't have Pukliang in the first game winning those balls, and he makes a big difference. He was coming through an injury at that time. It should be easy for Dan back there right now.
Able to step up and pick it up, see if he can get.
There's a good ball.
Yeah, good trajectory there.
It's a little bit off.
Abe couldn't come back and get it. The Knights now, chance to control here for the final 40 seconds. Push it forward. Pellegrin coming out. Meneghelli is going to try to keep the attacker from getting to Dan, but won't be successful. And that's going to be a yellow card, and really not necessary there as Dan goes down. And we've seen 3 or 4 yellow cards here in this first half now.
Yeah, adrenaline played a lot into that one. I mean, there's no intent there. I mean, he's not being, that's not a dirty play at all. He's just got he's got a head of steam going. Unfortunate where Dan moved. Definitely a card. I would have been all right with just even a talking to.
Yeah.
Just come over there, use your tools as an official. But yeah, that's unfortunate to have a yellow.
Seen a couple yellows throughout this tournament so far for both teams. In fact, a red card against St. Francis in that last match. That's blasted out of play by Meneghelli. HU, it looks like, will take a...
Looks like Marian's going to be all right with just letting this thing go down to halftime.
Blue will toss it in quickly.
Maybe
they
not.
might get one more shot off. Meneghelli knocked it away, and HU will be down 1-0 as we head into the halftime break. We are on air. We are live. It's Josh Kessler, Preston Husband. Josh Wessling, the goal scorer, has his team up front. And we're going to take a short break during halftime. We'll come back and we'll give you our thoughts as we head to the second half between the Foresters and the Knights.
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join. My favorite part, I think, was going to like the research center. We got to practice like CPR.
I thought I would come here and not know, talk to anybody. But first day, it was like, oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. Like they took the education process and made it fun. Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome and you're really gonna have a good time.
Forester camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University. I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other. You know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
Bibba State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bibba State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Hey, I'm Adam Widener. I teach film and television here at Huntington University. I'm an assistant professor of film and television production, and I teach studio production, the class where students create the show The Treehouse. So The Treehouse is a show in TV studio production where students have to bring a guest in, and we do as many episodes as there are people in the class because everybody rotates through positions. I give a prompt where students have to have a commercial break, you have to have a guest, it has to be 10 minutes long, and there are some other elements. This year it has to have a replay element, but it's pretty open-ended. The Treehouse is a brainchild of Dr. Lance Clark and myself. And it started over COVID when we were talking about TV studio production, but we kept hearing some feedback that Not everybody was getting to rotate through positions. Some people, it was either you're really on or they're not really engaged. So Dr. Clark and I were thinking, what do we do? It's COVID. We're not sure what attendance is going to look like. So we decided, let's just do a TV show where we can bring people in as guests and students rotate through positions. If someone's quarantined, someone else would fill that position. So this was an idea. Instead of doing a project where we talk about the learning outcomes and then students do the project, let's flip the classroom. Let's turn it into you all, the students, are putting on a TV show, so you have buy-in, and we're doing an episode every single class we're there. In TV studio production now, we're in the 3rd season of The Treehouse. The opportunities for students, you get to make a TV show. We split the class into 2 groups, and Group A does an episode on Tuesday, Group B does an episode on Thursday. So it's a really great experience of content creation, modifying and mimicking what it is in the industry, the grind of television. And we're trying to keep that audience engaged into season 3 of The Treehouse. How do we do that? And we talk about that as a class. So it's a really great hands-on opportunity for students to make a TV show and distribute it to try to impact our community.
My name is Mark, and I love to play the drums. I started drumming in the 9th grade. That's when I actually had a drum set. I actually started playing in my mind when I was about 5 years old. My older brother was a drummer, and he was my idol. Now for me, fortunately, the church has been a place where I could play the drums, and so I always had an outlet, even every single week, where I could be playing the drums, and so I could kind of fit it into the rest of my life with getting married, having kids, having a job. I would say that being made in the image of God means that God as creator has wired creativity into all of us. And so for me, playing the drums is my avenue for how I can express that creative aspect of being made in the image of God. And I love to do it.
I'm Megan Hosteller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience, to be impacted. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5, 10 years? There's gonna be a lot of change happening. So what am I supposed to be doing? So the goal of the event is to help people find that purpose through worshiping God, through asking the Holy Spirit to grant us wisdom in these moments, grant us wisdom this night as we sing praises to you, as we receive wisdom from you, as we receive your truth tonight, and ultimately come together in a corporate community to praise you together.
When I saw the name of this, actually the first time I saw it, I think was like on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. In the beginning, our purpose, like this is truly why we were designed and created, was to worship God, you know? And so I love the name of it. I love that, you know, they had a heart and a vision to bring this to their school. And honestly, I've just been so excited, like leading up this whole month, just my spirit has felt really excited and stirred for what God is going to do tonight. What's cool about it is it doesn't feel like it's about like one particular person. It just feels like, even the way it's set up, it just feels like this is about everyone and just coming together for one purpose.
Me and Forester Camps is definitely a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Telling.
Find something that interests them.
A space to learn new things and a safe.
Back at King Stadium, just about 1:40 left until we start the second half. Josh, comment section very active. Anyone we need to make sure we give a shout out to listening tonight?
Oh, I'll say hello during the broadcast.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sure they've got it turned off for halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. So that first half, a little bit of a snoozer as far as the start of it. Marian grabbed a goal, and then HU, they had one good chance with João Ratinho down here on our right, but they have to create some more chances in the second half if they want a chance to pull away a win.
Yeah, they kind of salvaged that out of nowhere too. That was a good attempt. Also, I mean, as I'm replaying that in my mind, you know, there was a lot of watching too. Guys switched off for a second.
Right.
João took a shot, and we had the rest of the guys flat-footed. There's an opportunity for a putback there. We've had some other good opportunities. We'll see how Coach Potter does coming out, but in truth, as HU saw at Marian last week, sometimes your worst enemy when you're up is halftime.
Right. Yep, got to find a way to grab momentum now. 8 shots for the Knights, 4 on goal. 3 saves for Dan Pellegrin. 3 shots, 3 on goal for the Foresters. They forced 3 saves as well. I missed some of those, must have, while I was in it basketball still. But, hey, we are so thankful that you are tuning in from wherever you may be watching tonight. It's a big one for HU. It's been a long time coming since they've won a regular season conference title, and now they're looking to win a postseason conference title and be the undisputed champions, as some would call them.
Pull the double.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can do that. It's going to take some extra work here in this second half, but we kind of saw HU have a slow first half against St. Francis. Of course, that's a different team, but after the game, Coach Potter came up here and he said, I actually changed some things before that St. Francis game. And then I went into halftime and I said, hey, guys, sometimes coaches make mistakes too. We need to get back to doing what we do best. They came out in that second half and kind of turned it around, and it wasn't close at the end. So maybe he wants to change things up again here tonight. He's obviously showed the ability to be a really solid coach.
Yep. I don't know Coach Potter that well, but I do know he can coach soccer.
Yeah.
So he will have made some good adjustments. The guys are out there early. They look eager. And, you know, I've been a little tough on the Foresters, you know, just not doing what they want to do. But, I mean, in truth, it was just sloppy passing in the back that cost them, that gave up that goal, just a momentary lapse. And other than that, you know, this game's even. And it is right now, both teams need to come out with a 0-0 mindset.
We'll see if HU makes any changes. I already see 3 attackers out there with Sam. I guess you could call him more of a midfielder at times. Sam Delabaipu, he kind of runs wherever he wants to. Abraham Abdul Qadri, he'll start the second half, and we saw him have a quick goal. How about 8 seconds into the second half? against St. Francis. I apologized to him before today's game. I said, my goal call for your goal was horrendous because I wasn't even out of my chair. I said, Coach Kessler and I, we were still sitting back enjoying that first half, and then boom. But hey, he said, hey, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about the call. It matters about the score. And so maybe he'll add some excitement for us here in the second half as well.
Yeah, he certainly brings a dynamic with his dynamic play and his just constant motion. And you know what? He hasn't been offside tonight.
No, he is not. That's always a good thing. We'll see if he can stay onside here. This Marian team really, really good defensively. They're in their black kits with the very popular Marian color, the yellow lettering, and then HU in their white kits, working from right to left with the green lettering. Sam Dillabaipu with the bright yellow cleats. And the Foresters, I guess the Marian jerseys, I'm actually colorblind, Josh. The viewers don't know that, but I think it might be a dark blue kit instead of black. So
it probably is.
Yeah, I apologize for that. That would make more sense for the Marian Knights. This ball's sent forward right away. HU going to try to put a lot of pressure on Marian in this second half, and Juan Torres easily collects it at his feet.
Just got a text from my cousin up there at the Horse's Mouth Tavern in Belding, Michigan, and he was actually also a member of that 1989 regular season conference championship. I'll have to have him text me here and let me know. Did the Foresters pull the double that year? Did they win both the regular season, and did they also win the District 31 championship is what it was called then? I know we won the district. Wait, you know what we did?
Okay.
Pulled the double.
I'll
United
believe
the
you.
trophies. I don't even need a text, Troy. Keep your phone in your pocket.
Troy's been a super fan here recently. I mean, he's tuning in, has his customers tuning in, watching. Like I said, I might have to make a trip up the building eventually.
Yep.
Check this place out. Sounds like the hot spot.
It's a soccer restaurant.
Love it.
Troy will laugh when I say restaurant. It's an inside family joke. But yeah, he'll have it up, and he's a big fan.
The official showing off his skill there. And I think HU was in possession, so they'll get it. The viewership for soccer is really incredible. Some of our most viewed FDN sports broadcasts are soccer games in the Crossroads League tournaments. And it's amazing to see where everyone watch from, whether it's Belding, Michigan, whether it's from Portugal. I know Pedro Ratinho, he was messaging me before tonight's match, checking in, make sure we're going to be live for Zhao, who created 2 assists in that last match. So everyone's watching.
It's on the comments. We've got Noah Stanford from Canada, a great player for us, captain for a few years. I also saw all the way from Brazil is Mateus Uzada.
Okay.
And he was the conference midfielder of the year his senior year. He was trouble for everyone. He made defenders have nightmares the night before they played us. So it's good to see you on the broadcast, Mateus.
Thank you all from wherever you're tuning in at. Even if you're a Marian fan, we appreciate you tuning in and checking it out. I saw a couple of Marian fans tuning in. Hope you're enjoying this FDN Sports broadcast tonight. Alberto Guerrero is in the match. We've not seen him a whole lot recently, but he is getting a run here in this second half as that's knocked out of play. Guerrero, the memory that comes to my head when I think of him is his goal against St. Francis in the regular season. It was his only goal, but he adds a little bit of a different dynamic, and he's getting a chance here in the second half. He didn't really get one in the first half. Dangerous ball flicked into the center of the box by Dillabaipu.
I don't know how much it's going to matter, but we definitely have a right-to-left wind, at least coming to our back here in the commentator's booth. So this is going to favor the direction of the Foresters here for a little bit.
Well, long balls like this, you never know if a defender might overrun it or misjudge it. That time handled nicely by the Knights. Flicked forward, Mateus Menegheli. That was dangerous, but does get a foot on it. Lou pulls it down in the midfield. I'm telling you, he is someone to watch. He thought he was fouled, and maybe he was, but Foresters get possession. Ihera.
It's going to be nice watching him over on this side.
Yeah.
We had to watch him that first half from the far side. He brought a lot of... There we go.
HU gets a whistle this time. It looked like it was Takaishi that stepped in and maybe was called for the foul. Yeah, you were right, though. I mean, Ihera, he was having the majority of the plays run through him on the left side, and now, obviously, we'll get the best seat in the house right in front of us. See if he can add some to this attack. It'll be Alberto Guerrero Gonzalez in there to send this one to the box. He's replacing Dilesh Patel right now, it looks like. So that's interesting.
A great ball.
Good ball.
That's a great ball. Offside.
Ah, flag went
Little
up.
eager.
Man.
Offside on the after the header and to the back. So he's probably onside on the initial play, but once it was headed to the backside there, offside there, I'd have to look at the replay to see that for sure.
It was pretty close. You see, flag stays down initially. There's the header.
Nope.
Well, no, it was on the initial ball, I think. Was it?
It was on the initial ball, yeah. Which is, I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You got to have some better awareness than that.
Still, somewhat of a chance. Obviously didn't get a shot off, but some of the best action that HU has had, especially off a set piece tonight. Pulled to the back. Reed Zemansky in there as well. That is someone we've not called his name often. So there have been a handful of changes for Coach Potter. He wants to see some of these bench players step up, and maybe didn't love what he saw from the starting 11.
Yeah, Reed has been one of those players that truly a good soccer player. Has never been able to crack the starting lineup, maybe a couple games here and there. But he's a great defender. He'll step up in these times. Guys like that you have to have them on your team because their attitudes are so good. Again, offside there. But, you know, for his career to not be everything, to not be a starter that I'm sure he envisioned, and for him to still stay locked in, Reed Szymanski is just one of those good guys that they help make a program great.
Let's look how close this was. That is tight. I know we don't have the angle.
Ball's played right there. He probably is offside.
Probably a bit. I thought maybe that foot was coming forward from the pass a little sooner than that, but yeah. But eventually, like I said, they are going to try to start bringing video replay assistance, VAR, into the NAIA level, and I think Huntington would be one of the best schools to cover that, but obviously we'll have to get a camera down the correct angle, and it's so hard to follow the play. That's the toughest part of it.
I mean, FDN is so good that you look, as I'm looking at that on the replay, you can see the official. He's locked in online.
Yep.
He was right there ready to go. The official made a great call. That's one of the best things about tournament soccer. There are very few games happening in the region right now. And so you get the best officials that are available. I'm not saying all of our officials aren't good, but when you this is the cream of the crop.
Yep. And that's what you want. I mean, that's how it's rated. I'm sure they go through some kind of system, maybe ask the coaches at the end of the year, who was the best crew that you had? Who do you think you'd want in a conference tournament? And I'm sure it's not just picked out of a hat.
No,
but,
clearly not.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a good call there. Unfortunately, Foresters would have liked to see the flag stay down, but looks like a nice call on that far side. 7 minutes into this second half.
I just got a text from Michelle Blair. She and the family are in Livonia. Again, not even they're part of the HU family. They just love soccer. They would be here live if they could be. So we're great. It's great to have them here. Peyton has games up there this weekend, so it's good to see. Good to see that they're locked in their hotel room.
Ihara takes a long shot and nearly bent that in. That was not a chance I thought would create anything. Hello to the Blair family. Known them for a long time. Somehow related to them. Long ways down the road, but I don't even think it's that far down the road. But thanks for tuning in, and I know Peyton's an awesome goalkeeper right down the road to Huntington North. Well, I have a chance, though. Shout out to Huntington North. They just won their second football sectional ever. I know that's a different type of football, but wow.
I mean, you want to talk about a program that turned around almost instantly. I mean, that coaching staff and that athletic staff over at Huntington North to bring home a sectional championship, that's just so good for the community, so good for just for all the fans that have labored. I mean, you were a student there. You remember?
Yeah, I do.
I had a daughter, Maisie, who's probably watching right now. She was a 4-year varsity cheerleader, and don't want to take anything away from the great effort of the football players of her day, but we had to endure some pretty rough games.
Some long ones. Yeah, it's really cool to see. It shows you coaches do matter. Of course, the Foresters have had several good coaches. We talk about Russ Lawson all the time, the program he built here, and how Nick Potter kind of took over with a lot of his players and had to figure out where they all matched up in his style. And HU's been blessed with several awesome soccer coaches throughout the day. Meneghelli, he has to be careful. He got a yellow in that first. Obviously not enough there, but did maybe just clip the foot of a midfielder.
What's great is, Huntington's one of those, Huntington University is one of those schools that we haven't had but a handful of coaches since the 80s.
Yep.
And so, you know, not many people have you know, Russ was here for, you know, 2 decades, and this was his second stint here. And so we just have, not many coaches have come through, a lot of stability in the program. And so with all but one exception, you know, over the past 30 years, you know, Coach Potter's in good company with the coaches that have been here.
Yes, that one is tapped towards the corner flag and out for a throw-in as it deflected off the flag. So HU will be tucked in tight here. Have to get this throw in and try to start building up some possession. You see this replay here, sent towards the corner flag, and it actually looked like it was going to be a goal kick. Dangerous throw in. That goes over the top of Minighelli. It's picked up by Pellegrin. See if he can start this attack.
Dan recognized that early. He was quick off his line. Make that a non-issue.
Dan, good ball this time. Kadri, shorter in the front. Looking for Sam if you're looking for an aerial attack to win that first ball, but HU will win a throw in. Like you said, you look up at the clock, 34-ish minutes left, right around 35, I guess. And you look at it, and the other night when the Foresters were ahead, you thought, man, that clock's moving slow. Right now, you talked about it, it's moving awfully fast as Abe almost got a touch there. Jow pulls it away, shot towards goal, flicked off the line. Sam tried pulling it down. Good defense tracking back. Man.
Yeah, this Huntington team is a lot different than the one that went into the locker room. So the subs that were made by Coach Potter and just the general attitude, the play has really stepped up.
That was a good opportunity. Jow really never had a chance to sneak it around both those defenders. They covered it well, and that's kind of what hurt HU on that first goal. Maybe the defenders didn't track back as much, and we just saw it by Marian. It's the difference in the game sometimes.
Yeah, you can't switch off. I mean, you just at this level, I mean, these players are so good. There is not a weak spot on the field, and so if you switch off and you're just jogging back, you're going to pay for that.
Yep. We saw it in that last opportunity. Thought maybe Sam was going to get a shot off. You don't want to be in front of one of his shots. We saw that in the last game.
Well, credit to Marian. I mean, their defenders tracked back. They had 2 on the goal line. They could head that out. Sam gets the ball at his feet at the 18. There's a defender right there. Yep. So credit to Marian for just doing a great job of making sure they track back and help your brother out. When he's stuck out of position, he's outside the 18 in desperation, and you go back, you drop back from him. That's how you keep the score at 0.
Torres has been a little more busy here in this second half, and he knocks that one out of play. As just even Abdul Kadri running after him forces that quick play forward.
Yeah, I just like Abraham. He just said, "Give me 4 of him."
Yep. Jalratinho lost possession. That was dangerous because Zemansky was one of the last men back. Great play in the air on the backside as that was Takaishi who stepped in to head it towards his midfield. Physical game here tonight. Drenth down in the midfield, forward towards Abe. They're asking for an offside flag. It's not going to come, and it's going to be an HU throw-in.
We got an injury on the field.
There's a collision between 2 players. Drenth is the one down for HU. Can't quite tell what the number is for Marian. It looks like it could be the number 10. Yeah, Sebastian Gonzalez. Saw him create a good chance in the first half. See, Gonzalez looks like he almost lost feeling in that elbow. Maybe hit his funny bone against Drenth. And then Coven might be more of a leg issue. We don't want to speculate, but he is looking like he's going to move forward. Good to see from both those guys.
It's kind of fun. I do see some Fort Wayne people here tonight that don't have any real vested interest in either one of these teams, but just knowing that this is the best soccer game in the region right here happening tonight. And so get out here and watch.
Bukliang taken down from behind there.
Fort Wayne had some great soccer news over the last couple of weeks. Some stadium plans coming in, soccer specific.
I saw that. Is it 7,500 seats? That might be off a little bit, but I did see they're going to build a beautiful new stadium. You can't go to a better minor league ballpark than the Tin Cap Stadium already. So Fort Wayne, they're starting to build up and create some pretty cool athletic facilities up there in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, and our support of the Tin Caps has been, it helps the soccer program, know that we're going to get the support. Our local support, our community support is great. They love it.
Yep. You used to go to a Tin Caps game, you see the Huntington University, the signs on the foul poles down the lines. I've seen that several times when I've been there. That one's headed out of play, now reaching about the half-hour mark here in this game.
And assistant coach Reed Sproat over there for the Foresters. His dad is the general manager for the Fort Wayne FC, and he's part of those big plans. And so Scott's here tonight watching. He knows where a good soccer game's coming tonight. Obviously, he's here to support his son. Their other son, Ty Sproat, he played for us, played under Coach Lawson as well. Ty is a great guy. The Sproats they're great all the way around, and so I'm excited for Scott and what this means for him and his changes.
I'll have to get up to a game as soon as that starts moving forward. Like I said, my interest in soccer at one point was very high, kind of went away for a little bit. Now that I'm back to doing this, I can't keep my eyes off of it.
Oh, yeah.
Sent into the box there, put back into the mixer. Meneghelli there to head it away. Foresters need to get some bodies forward. Here comes João Ratinho. Kadri running down the left. He's got the speed. Through the middle is Ihera. That's who he's looking for, and just not the right ball.
Just not on the same page there. You had Abraham and Ihera making similar runs, taking the same. Somebody had to break it off. João usually can make a great decision there, but he didn't have good options.
I talked about how he had 2 assists in the last game. We've seen him have some really just incredible goals and assists so far this year. One that comes to mind is one to Sam in the box. He just carried it over the back line, a beautiful weighted pass, and he's kind of a magician when he has a chance to move forward on the attack. Knights fans responding to the Forester fans. It's a noisy bunch tonight. Been waiting all day for this one. Of course, I love doing the basketball games inside, but we knew this one was going to be exciting. So far, just the 1 goal from Wesseling, I should say.
Got someone watching us in from Wisconsin. They're saying hi to me, but I'm not. I don't. Based on the username, you're gonna have to give us your first name and last name, because I'm not seeing it through your username who I'm talking to. But it's good to see whoever you are.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't know. That was a dangerous chance there. Almost an own goal by the Foresters. To their luck, went a little wide, and now Yoshi Takaishi is going to come take this corner. Native of Japan, Southeastern Community College. A lot of these players come from Southeastern Community College. If you look up and down their roster, my prep, lots of them have moved that way. So obviously a big impact there. There's not much on their coaching staff online, so I don't know if maybe their coach was there before, but I could not find that information on Marian's website.
You do kind of get a pipeline, which works out great, and you find, especially if you find another coach or coaching staff or program that the players that you have a similar mindset, and so you know that the guys are going to come right in and they're going to know your system, and so there's lots of, using some of those junior colleges as kind of a feeder system. We've had some great success with some junior college players over the years. They come right in, ready to go.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure their women's team at Marian, their women's soccer team, we had a game here between the Huntington ladies team. They're a really good team, top 5 team in the country for a while, and their coach came in from a college like that and brought 11, 12 players with them. So maybe it's the same situation. Like I said, I just couldn't quite pick that up on their website, as that one's played just not dangerous enough as Torres comes and picks it up.
Yeah, with international recruiting and with transfer portal, you can become extremely relevant very quickly, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see the level of soccer all the way around.
Abe's going to be whistled for a foul. He was not sure about that one. Lots of hand fighting going on here. You see the replay.
I'm not seeing anything there. Just unfortunate. The problem is if he calls a penalty against Marian, he's probably got a card that.
Right.
He's not going to. He's going to kind of flip the coin there, and this does the least amount of damage. It's good refereeing. Something had to be called there.
Alb in the back. He was the one defending. He kind of had to feel like he was under pressure with Abdul Kadri heading his way. Crown Point native did a nice job holding off Abraham. Long ball sent forward. Just haven't seen that attack from HU recently. Not many opportunities in this one. No real big chances since I've, been here on the call so far. Just seems like they got to make something happen, obviously, with 26 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and again, I've talked about this the last couple of games. That's unfortunate. Ball to arm, so not calling that. That in a couple of minutes here, 10 minutes left. We'll make some substitution changes. This could be interesting.
Abdul Qadri trying to get it over to Sam. Big fella trying to run it down. Heads it down to his foot, and it's out for a corner. So there you go, a chance created for HU. Not seeing a ton of goals from the corners this year from HU. It's just not something that has happened. A lot of their goals in open play, fast goals coming at you with Sam and Zhao. But this would be a good time to pick out a set-piece goal.
Yeah, need something here. Find ways to get more corners. The close friend of the corner is the goal, and so you just keep manufacturing opportunities.
Back post ball, it was dangerous, but headed away by Marian. Puk Liang tries putting it back in the box. 3 bodies around the ball for HU. How about that from the Knights? Getting it out of harm's way, and they've got a chance to attack now and opening down the left. Forrester's got to get bodies behind the ball here. The Knights pushing forward, trying to extend their lead. Into the box goes Lou. He's looking across the face of the goal, and Pellegrin picks up the deflection and wants to play quick.
And you see how fast this game is. You go from a corner kick to a counterattack in the opposite direction. Now we're going back. And so these guys are fit at this time of the season, and they're just fast. They're just great athletes out on that field.
That's lofted towards the center of the box. Not sure what that ball's direction was from Ratinho. As you mentioned, he's very crafty, a good playmaker. That one, not one of his best, as Ihero is running down the center of the pitch and into the box.
Hey, John Honeyford he's a Marian fan, but we'll still say hi to him because he texted in from the UK. Oh, Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell is the Wisconsin guy. He played for me for a season. Great guy, really great guy. Track athlete here as well.
Delaby Pugh trying to keep that one in on the touchline. It looks like the flag went up anyways. Like I said, it's such a good tool, and I don't think a lot of schools ask people to comment and tell them where they're watching from, but that's something I started doing when I started calling games here, because if that same person listens every single game, I want to say hello. I may not know you, I may not know anything about you, but I think it's cool to have that connection. And even if, like we said, you're a Marian Knights fan, we're going to bring the best we can for you as well. That's why we study and prepare for these games. And Coach Kessler was a long-time assistant coach here, the inaugural women's coach. I think I surprised you when I knew that the first time we did a broadcast together. Well, we try to bring the best we can.
I was impressed. Women's coach in 97, men's coach 98, 99. And like you just had a daughter recently, and I know that you are smitten by her. And when my daughter Lily was born in this fall of 99, in the spring of 2000, I just decided I wanted to be home with her more than I wanted to be at soccer practice. So it was time to step down. Congratulations on your daughter.
Yeah, thank you very much. She just turned 5 months this past week, so she was just in at the men's basketball game. She starting to crawl a little bit, so it's getting exciting. We've got to hide things now as Sam's going to pick up this ball in the midfield. Dilesh Patel is back in there. He had been on the bench since the start of this second half, as it was Alberto Guerrero getting most of the run, and Lou slides in. He's got that speed, goes down from Puk Liang, maybe not enough there for a foul.
That's just a good challenge there, nothing there. Look at that ball.
Good ball forward. Forrester's going to try to win that second ball, and they do with João Ratinho. Abdul Qadri looking to the left. Ihera going to pick it up right at the top of the 18 on the left side. Abe has got it back. Got to try to create something from that, but it's ripped away by the Knights. They're off and running again, but you talked about it. The crown of this field sometimes pushes those balls out of play.
That one's going to roll. Yep. That one's going to roll. Ryan Lichtleitner, he played for us here. Defender for us. He was such a great guy.
Love that
he's watching the game tonight.
All these former players tune in. It just amazes me every single time. Baseball gets a similar type of viewership here at Huntington. All their alumni, they tune back in, whether it's a 3 o'clock first pitch on a Friday. And the soccer team, definitely the strongest alumni viewership as far as I'm concerned. It's really cool to see. I think that's also big shout out to Russ Lawson for building that family culture and, you know, that coaching staff for all these years, letting you know, hey, you're welcome to come back and we want you to keep supporting us and watching what we're doing.
It's been a lot of fun over the years to see all the players come through and get to know them. And, you know, as also being a local pastor, I've got to do so many weddings.
Yeah,
and,
I'm sure.
Of former players. And I've always thought that maybe I should be closer to the head table, be able to eat a little bit sooner during games, but for some reason they still stick me in the back.
Shot into the box. The Foresters deflect it. Dan keeps it in. That's a good play by Dan. It might go unnoticed, but kept it from a corner. That was Lou again, who was kind of causing issues. Kadri's got to run down the left side. Unable to get that first touch there. A battle between him and Abe's going to be called for another foul. That is a questionable call on Abe. 2 of them now. He seems like he's fighting hard to get that ball. That ball seems to be going out anyways, and then the whistle comes against Abe.
Yeah, he's running up his back. He probably and it's one of those things where the official has his number on that, so he's looking for that. So now he's got to be smart. He's got to know that the official's looking for that. He's got to find a different tactic.
Still 1-0, just 20 minutes left in this semifinal of the Crossroads League tournament, postseason tournament. For the Knights, they desperately need a win. For the Foresters, you talked about it, their strength of schedule, their wins they've had this year, they should be in. You never want to say for sure, because I guess you just never know. Typically, you know, in other sports as well, basketball, you know, nowadays the top 4, top 6 teams get in the tournament because it's so good. In baseball, you have to win the Crossroads League tournament or lose to the champion. And in soccer, I guess I was unaware how that ever works. So you clarified for that me just a little bit. Yeah,
it's a good chance that we're going to get in, but you know, let's win this game, win the next game. Put our fate in our own hands. Don't rely on somebody else, because you never know what's going to happen in other tournaments.
Yep.
It could shake it loose where there's just not at large spots available.
Back on the ball, the Knights go. So they try to pull it into the box. This could be a dangerous chance coming. On the ball is Gonzalez. He taps it back as Lou was running it down. It looks like it was actually off of Forrester.
Well defended there. Got to say hi to John Hydock. Met him a couple weeks ago at church. His son is Zane. Plays. He's a freshman and a goalkeeper, backup goalkeeper for us. He's dressed over there on the bench. Got to meet out of basically Sarasota, Florida. They were up a couple of weeks ago. Got to meet his family when they came to church.
Maybe a little warmer in Sarasota tonight, as it looks like someone on the Marian bench is about to get a yellow card. They've been chirping a lot across the way. And yeah, there it is. Not sure who it is. Kind of a long ways to see. Maybe an assistant coach, but
it was definitely assistant. Their head coach is a lot taller than that guy.
Made his way back to the bench and sat down. So another yellow card. 18:49 on the clock. Pellegrin waiting to get the thumbs up from the main official.
Like I told you, we're down a goal, that clock flies.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Bends the laws of physics. I tell you, it is not moving fast for the Marian fans.
No, not at all. It's a real thing. I've been sitting up here, and each time I turn and look, wow, we're at 18 minutes, and HU needs one. Long ball forward. Sam is going to probably stay out there all night. Looks like he was unable to come down with possession. And now a foul on the Foresters. And it looks like a Knight down on the pitch.
Tough challenge there.
Yep. So hard to tell from all the way across the pitch sometimes who these players are for the Knights. And those dark jerseys getting not many shadows out there now with these beautiful lights down on King Stadium. I think this second year with lights here with the program.
I'm still not used to it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it makes a pretty cool atmosphere though.
It really does. It's a great billboard for the school, because you got Highway.
Pellegrin made a couple of stops there.
A couple of saves, yeah.
Sheesh. Back and forth. Those were just right in front of the net, out of nowhere almost. We see Dan step in, able to make that first save, and then the second. So he's had a busy night again, maybe not so much in the second half. Talked about him having a career-high 12 saves in the first game against these guys.
Yeah, again, you don't like guys having career highs.
No, not in saves for sure. It's another corner kick for the Knights.
This last ball coming in here that put us in a bad spot was you put the ball in a dangerous area. You got to restart from a ways out, just put it in a dangerous area and hope for the best, and that's kind of what happened.
Lou is getting ready to send this one in. He's the one that I've kind of highlighted tonight. He's created a lot of good chances. We'll see if he can create one here from the corner. Long ball to the back post. Not too dangerous there as that almost rides all the way out of play. It is kept in by the Knights and then off the legs of Abraham Abdul Qadri as that was Alb, the defender, chasing after that one. Ball sent towards the face of the goal, knocked out of there by Mateus Meneghelli.
Meneghelli is just a rock back there. It's unfortunate he's sitting on a yellow. That does kind of change things for you a little bit. Your mindset's got to change. Can't get a cheap one.
This one played in. Forrester's first to it. Drenth didn't get all of that. It falls back. Long shot sent in there, but skied by Takieshi as that one goes over the top of the net. These defenders from Marian, when they've got a corner, obviously, you see that a lot of times. Defenders will come join on those corner kicks, but a couple of defenders there from Marian, they made their way forward and created some good situations.
Big shout out to Coach Lewis of the women's team. He's running he's a ball personnel for us tonight. I'm not sure why we don't have reserve players running up and down the sideline with the balls as fast as they can, because this clock is not our friend right now. So to not have balls handy ready to go is probably an oversight that, they got to be right there ready, ball in hand.
I did see Coach Lewis doing that earlier. Of course, he's been here for a handful of years now in charge of the women's team. I don't know if you know it, Coach, but he had all kinds of success at Houghton College beforehand.
Out in western upstate New York.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I mean, you look at, he's one of 25 coaches in college soccer. I can't remember if it's 400 wins, I believe. So he was just excellent in his time there.
Yeah, he was a long-time coach there. He's such a great guy and a great coach that, we kind of begged him out of retirement. He said no to the job the first time, and we went back and said, no, we really, really want you. So we're grateful for his presence on campus. Just a great Christian guy. His women on his women's soccer team are just, they love the Lord. It's fun to watch.
Patel back to Ihara, one defender down, back post ball, popped up in the air, shot sent towards goal, deflection there, but it's easy for Torres again. It's the first time we've seen HU really push it that way in a while. I think it was Ratinho that got that shot off. Knights unable to handle that one in front of their own bench. You mentioned as soon as we got on, actually before we got on there, the size of Marian's shocking. They've got some big fellas out there. And one of them that's caught my eye a couple times, V-House at the top. Another German as he's running forward now. That is a dangerous step-in shot towards Pellegrin, and he makes another save. Meneghelli nearly committed a foul right outside the 18-yard box. Dan starting to get busy here in this second half.
Yeah, Marian is big in the front line and big in the back line, and they try to use those to their advantage.
Nice ball pulled down here in the midfield, now out left. As you can imagine, that's Lou again who has it. Tries sending one into the box. Dangerous opportunity here, flicked over the top, shot towards goal, and it's gonna find the far post. And the Knights maybe have just gone up by too big of an amount for the Foresters to come back now, a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, we'll see what they're made of right now. I mean, they've got, this is a 2-goal lead is still very precarious.
Yes, that is a second half goal there, now 2-0. The bench going to get a yellow card as all of them came out on the pitch, but the Foresters now, it was already an uphill battle and now it just gets a little steeper. That goal was scored by Cameron O'Brien. Scotland is where he came from and made his way to Indianapolis, Indiana, and now he's made his way into the Marian record books with a postseason goal.
Yeah, really what I'd like to see from the Foresters right now is to see somebody, gather the troops. There's no reason to be standing in formation right now. Let's get the guys together, say, here's what we need to do. Let's do this. We got 13 minutes, 14 minutes to make this happen. Would love to see that leadership out there right now. It seems to be missing.
That was a good assist by Gonzalez as well. He pulled it down and then lifted it over the defender with his right foot.
And as you learn more about soccer, which I appreciate your knowledge, you're a student of this, you could see and you recognize that was building. You knew that a goal was coming the last 4 or 5 minutes, and the nature of the way that the game was going right there, you just felt something about to happen, and pressure was strong, and they just kept chipping away until they finally dropped the tree.
So Sam Dillabaipu, it looks like the Foresters want a free kick off of a handball. The Knights and O'Brien and Wesseling, those are the two goal scorers. Gonzalez giving that assist. Very crafty by him, and that right in the center of the box, just lift that one over the back line. And really, O'Brien didn't get much on it, but it was perfectly placed. Lofted in by Sam. Nothing there for HU yet. It's desperation mode now for this Foresters team.
Yeah, if he's going to chip that in, I don't know why he's not inside the 18. Let somebody else chip that in.
Yeah, he's got obviously massive size, 6'4". Ratinho nearly finds a wonderful goal. That would have brought the win back into the sails for HU, but just too high. I didn't think there was a chance that would even be close, but that's kind of what Zhao does.
Little gamesmanship from the goalkeeper there. He was going to chase that ball down. Probably take a minute and a half to do so. It's what I would want my goalkeeper to do, but he was whistled back real quickly.
Yep, Torres, a smart goalkeeper. He's been doing it for quite some time. A senior for the Knights. HU, Dakin right in the middle of that. Menedeli pushed it forward. Patel and Kadri not on the same page.
Again, that's the ball that rolls. They expect that to stay.
And you could see it. It was Gonzalez kind of waiting back, almost as if he was going to run that down and keep it in, and then just kind of fell off. Foresters keep going forward. Sam rises up. Patel got ahead to it. Abdul Kadri chasing after it, as now Ihera in on the attack as well. And a foul again against Abraham.
I'm not sure. I'd like to see that on replay. I'm not sure. Oh, going with the studs up. Dangerous challenge. Gets a yellow card for that.
Yep, it looks like it was Takeishi who got fouled on that play.
Yeah, there's nothing there. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah. So Abe gets a yellow there and maybe wasn't deserving of it.
No, you got two guys. I mean, if you were to go ahead and call a foul, it's not a yellow card. I don't care.
So
not the first time I've disagreed with an official. It really isn't.
I feel you. As I've started the broadcast, I've learned that I've had to bite my tongue more than I did as just a fan. But hey, I can still go on the road and yell.
Yeah. Glad to know a former alum or a current alum and former player Josh Whitney also agreed with me that was soft.
Sam in the middle here with Lou, and now another stoppage. He's asking Lou to get up, and he's got a yellow card in his hand. So looks like he's going to get one as well. You know, and you got to be careful, too, because if you're the Knights, you can't get ridiculous here and pick up a red card because you're now looking like you're going to play in the championship game. Someone like Lou is as important as he is. You got to be ultra careful because, like I said, I mean, you cost your team a championship potentially if you can't play the next one.
I also, even on the replay, I'm also not real sure what warranted a yellow on that one either.
Yeah, it seems like the yellows are just coming out frequently at this point. Dilesh Patel, the midfielder, standing over it. All of the Forester midfielders nearly in the box.
It's amazing how easily you can knock over some prime athletes, you know, at this point in the game. It's just, I mean, there's some superhuman strength out there to be able to take some of these college men that are, you know, 190 pounds, 6'1", and just give them a little light tap and they go down.
They go down right away. Patel. He's going to swing this one into the box. See if HU can finally grab one. Sam was there. Torres.
Well defended.
Has been excellent on those type of balls tonight, just punching them away, knocking them away. Dilesh dispossessed. Forrester's tracking back, as that is a dangerous ball back to Patel. Running after it. Now he goes down. It's a foul on the Knights.
Yeah, Dan will probably take this one, or at least should. We need to get everybody up in the mix.
Looks like he will do just that. It was really a decent ball by Patel there. Torres just came off his line well. I mean, if Sam gets to that first, flicks it on, you never know. He just got
Yeah, that's great goalkeeping. That's inspired goalkeeping. Just want to make sure that he protects his box. And yeah, it's a really impressive save to come out there.
Foshi, too heavy with that one, out of play, and now Marian will have no problem with letting some time burn, but they won't be able to as there's a sub coming in. Takeishi is going to sub out. He's been really good on that back line, and coming in for him, Kieran Swanson, another player from Scotland. That's not a country that I see a whole lot when I'm calling these games, but Marian's got a handful.
No, it might be coming through that same pipeline.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks like a Scottish lad, that's for sure. Wonder if he's got parents watching on the live stream.
I'm sure there's a good chance. And I mean, like we talk about, there's no other way for a lot of these parents to watch their kids play in college at all. It's unfortunate for them, but it's awesome that students here at FDN Sports can provide this, and we can have the commentary here as well. Forrester's trying to find a miracle here with about 10:30 left.
That's where you got to have better ball personnel. That ball should be right there, ready to go.
I am surprised, as you were mentioning, I think there is maybe one JV player down to our left here, Coach Lewis to our right, but yeah, you feel like right now you got to have someone all over every single ball that goes out of play to get them in quickly. Abdul Qadri.
Yeah, down here to our left is actually Shalom. He actually played for us a little bit of reserve for it last year, but he's helping assistant coach with the women's program. And he's down there for us.
I did see that he was, I didn't know if he was a manager or an assistant coach, but I did see he was at all the women's games as well. So it's good to see him back at King Stadium tonight. Abdul Qadri tried playing that one in, and just not a great ball there as it rolls out for a goal kick. So Spring Arbor won the other one.
Yes.
And I was saying we were going to play Spring Arbor the other night because I looked at the bracket wrong. I completely butchered that, so apologize. It was the Marian Knights, as you can see. Spring Arbor, that is a dangerous team. Man, when we had them here at home, I was extremely impressed by them.
If this result holds, you know, which I'm hoping that it doesn't. I'm sorry if you're from Marian. I am a hometown commentator. But if this result holds, that's a good game. I'm not sure. I think Marian has the better seats, and this game's going to be in Indianapolis.
And they've got a great facility there. I think it's a turf football field as well that they play on.
It is, definitely is. It's a good stadium to watch a game in.
Yeah. Over the top, fighting forward again was Gonzalez. He assisted on that last goal. They're going back his way again down the left side. If the Knights get one more, it's definitely looking like there's enough time. Are they going to give a free kick here? And they will. And it looks like another yellow card. It's been a busy night for the official.
That's unfortunate. That's just, I mean, that's just two bodies coming together.
I think it was Klefiker that was handed the yellow. So now Meneghelli on the back and Klefiker have yellows. Patel has one in the midfield. Handful of the Knights, a couple of people on their bench as well. I just don't think anything's been malicious at all, though. I mean, really, I can't think of a foul that was brutal or super deserving.
I think Dilesh got one for dissent.
Yes.
Which is an unnecessary by him. And you don't want to, when they add up, you don't want to get a silly one. I know that they do extend the amount you can get in the postseason.
I'm not sure what's going on right now, but the main official is over at the golf cart across from us. So I'm not sure.
Oh, he's talking to the game day administrator. I think that's Thad Frame over there, baseball coach, and he's not happy about something.
Okay.
And so he's just making sure that that Thad, as a game day administrator, is aware of that, so he can begin to manage that situation as necessary.
Okay, the fans have been rowdy for the Foresters. So maybe he's just heard enough.
I haven't seen or heard anything that would.
No, but sometimes officials get upset. There was much more going on in the St. Francis game. Yeah. We almost had a fist fight in front of us. I almost had my camera out, ready to roll.
Thought I was at an English football game. This would be a dangerous spot right here. I'm guessing he'll go on frame. They've got people looking for rebounds, but notice they don't put everyone up. They don't need a goal here.
Gonzalez does try going on frame, but lifted it too high. He was the one that assisted, was looking to score a goal. Long ball forward by Pellegrin. Kadri pulls it down. HU needs one soon.
Little bit of information that I just saw. Coach Mike Frame, former coach, retired coach, who's doing some game day administrating, was letting the fans know that the referee does not like it when they count when the goalkeeper has the ball. They're counting because he's only able to hold it for a minimum amount of time, and so they're counting the seconds until he needs to release it, hoping that something will come from that. And so.
Okay, well, that is probably the least harmful thing fans could do. I'm not sure there's a rule against that. I'm sure there's not. But I guess the fans will probably stop for now.
They were told no counting when the goalkeeper has the ball.
Okay, there you go. Ayara puts this one into the box, and Torres again going to rise up and grab an easy one and then go down to use some time, but the fans will not be counting, or they will.
I think now they're counting in Spanish. Definitely, whatever happened, they were protesting mildly.
Back to work goes the Knights through the midfield. This is Lou again who picks up that possession. That ball put into the mix. Foresters didn't respond to it quickly at all, and they lose possession because of it. Dilesh Patel went down. Seems to be in some pain. Continue to play on. Driven into the box. Meneghelli again there. These backline defenders for Marian, they have just held these forwards and attackers for HU in check. Sam has barely even had a chance to get a shot towards goal. I mean, they are doing an incredible job on him. And a lot of times you see him have 5-6 shots a night.
Yeah, and like I said, I do anticipate that we will play into the next round, but you can be sure that whoever's our next round opponent is going to be, they're going to be looking at these two games to see what they need to do against us.
Yep, and if you can keep Sam down, I mean, Zhao is so good. But HU, I would say, is still looking for maybe that third option. They've had an incredible year, and there have been a lot of guys that have scored a couple of goals here and there, but it's a clear top two. There's no doubt about that. And then it's like, who's going to be that next guy that steps up?
I think it's interesting this year as you look, you know, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but most of our losses have been shutouts.
Right.
When I know that seems obvious when you don't score, but we're not even getting results when we're scoring. We're giving up goals. This is a team that scores, likes to score, but when you can keep us out of the net, good things happen for you. And I think most of those losses then have been 2-goal losses, 2-0 losses.
Kadri flips it on to Zhao. He got a touch on it, and it just missed going in as Torres backtracked and picked it up. Just felt like if you could get that one to go in, even with 5 minutes left, you still have a chance. Klefferker couldn't win the header on that one. Gonzalez will pull it away. I'll be eager to see, Josh. Do you know how long it'll be until they find out? Obviously, probably till after the conference tournament is over, and then the week following or the week of?
It might be, it might be a week and a half.
Okay,
because you've got, I think I don't know that all teams are fully in postseason yet, and so there might be some conferences that are still playing. And so it's not going to be anytime soon.
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep practicing and training for the next week and a half as if we're going to play.
Yeah, that's an uneasy feeling, but like you said, you play in one of the premier conferences in America. You win the conference in the regular season. To me, that would be enough on the resume, but like I said, still learning a little bit about NAIA soccer, learning what you have to do to make it into the tournament. But
how good is the Crossroads League? The two teams that are in the conference championship didn't factor in.
Correct.
I mean, that were fourth and they're below.
Spring Arbor may have been 5th or 6th. I'd have to pull up the standings again, but they are phenomenal. And then this Marian team, they came on late, and they're just an incredible team. So, in Bethel, I mean, we talked about that. We've already talked about that. They started the number 3 team in the country to start the year. They didn't even finish in the top half.
Yeah, I don't know that Bethel has a mathematical chance to get to the next level. This is the first postseason that doesn't feature a Bethel Pilots team in a long time.
That's crazy. It's just part of it. And this is part of playing, and it's like this in every sport in the Crossroads League, it feels like. That one's knocked out for a goal kick. Now less than 3 minutes left. And we're stopping play once again. I'm trying to wait to decide what's going on.
It's like he's going to the red card, actually. I don't know.
Who's he going to give a red card to, though? It looked like Ihara. He's got the red card out. Was it because he said something over here to the Marian fans? I'm extremely confused. This is what I'm talking about. You can't get a red card in this situation, because now if Ihara gets one, he'll be out for the first round of the national tournament. They're already playing without Owen Leland.
Look, it's just a yellow. I'm not sure what happened. I don't think he's sitting on a yellow.
I guess it looks like the linesman was the one that came up and tattled on Ihara, and he'll just get a yellow. He was prepared to give him a red card, Josh. I mean, he had it ready to go. I didn't notice Rio saying, I did see him look over and hush the crowd once, but.
Somebody's typing in our comment section in looks like Japanese. I'm guessing they weren't thrilled about that either. I don't know what happened.
Well, either way, it's just a yellow, so good to see for the Foresters if they do indeed play longer into the year. Long ball forward for HU. Not that you ever look at an opponent and think, wow, I don't want to play them in the conference tournament. But once the Foresters saw Marian, and once again, they would never think we're going to lose, but that had to feel almost like, we just faced them, and they were on top of us for a long time in that game, and that's kind of been the story again tonight.
It's also one of those things where the years that, particularly the first year that we won the conference championship in tournament in 2018, Spring Arbor's in the final game of the season, they secured the championship on this field. And they cheered, and that didn't sit well with us, and we secured the conference champ, or the #1 spot on their field. I think we were appropriate. I don't think we were obnoxious, but it still sits there.
Yeah.
And that's locker room, bulletin board material. And so they came out like they wanted to win, and hats off to Marian. Good team.
Yep.
Like I said, they're just living up to who they thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season.
Correct. Loose ball in the middle. Ratinho, they're still battling hard between a few defenders. Dakin came through and now steps over. And another yellow card going to come out. Who's it going to be against now? Believe it's going to be on the Knights. It's hard to keep track of, if I'm being honest. That's Wessling who picks up the yellow. 90 seconds left in the match.
This is where he's not using his tools that are available to him, a talking to, a bring it down. I'm not seeing anything there that warrants a yellow card, and now you're putting cards on guys toward their totals going into the next round. He can manage the game better than this. He's done a good job. And just kind of managed this one out.
Yep. Pellegrin will send one into the box. See if HU can create a dangerous chance. Sam tried rising up again. Forrester's trying to get one more in the box.
I mean, there's still time.
Yep. Just got to get one like now. And here comes Marian with Lou running the opposite direction. Dakin came back defensively, and now he's going to be whistled for a foul after that one was sent forward. Clock continues to run. Coach Potter already at midfield. It looks like he's ready for the handshake as he sees his team, looks like, falling short in the Crossroads League tournament tonight.
That's off to this very good Marian team.
Yep, they were excellent. Like I said, when I saw them pop up on the schedule, I kind of thought, you know, I don't know if that's a team you want to see right now, because of all that momentum they were already carrying.
No, nobody wants to see him right now. Peaking at the right time. Peaking at the right time.
Zhao between a few defenders. Tries pushing it towards the corner flag. It's knocked out of play. Now with just 20 seconds, Foshi's going to have to launch one in quickly. Delobaipu tries going towards goal. It's out for a corner. Once again, just 10 seconds though, and it's not going to be enough.
Here's where having not having great ball personnel cost us a corner kick here at the end of the game. Not that it was going to make a difference. Maybe on the score line, but.
So that's a win for the Marian Knights. Foresters unable to defend their regular season title. It was a really special season here at home for HU. You saw how good they were on and off, Josh. And at the end of the day, this loss, you hope, doesn't mean anything for the Foresters' result at the end of the year. It's still been a special year, but that's a tough pill to swallow against the Knights tonight.
Yeah, very special year. They got a lot to be proud of. Just came up a little bit short tonight and got a big part of the game is scoring goals, and you don't help yourself out that much when you can't put them away. But thanks to everybody who have done, they've done a great job. Thanks to everybody who's been watching, and just all of you who made comments. We're grateful for your watching, and grateful for everything you've done this season, your support, whether you're from Marian or whether you're from Huntington University. Your support of these young men is big, and we thank you for that.
And we've got some people in the comments, just to wrap up a little bit. Pete Vio, he said, class commentary, gentlemen. Most games he watches are silent. And then Ashley Bush, thanks for the commentary this year. I truthfully, as you see the Knights celebrate in front of us, they deserve it. They won tonight, and they've got a chance to win the Crossroads League tournament. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, it's been a blessing to call these games this year. All the fans I've interacted with, the parents of the players, thank you for tuning into FDN Sports. Josh, it's been awesome to add you to this crew. It's kind of unexpected, but you reached out. You wanted to do a game here or there, and hey, we got together, and it was a pretty good time and good crew.
It was an honor to be able to do it. I was hoping that I would get one more.
I know.
But I think last time, a couple years ago when we went to the national tournament, we sent a crew, so maybe they'll send a crew again this year. Jeff Shepard just chiming in on a text to me. Thanks a lot thanks a lot, Jeff. And we'll see you, I'm sure, at a basketball game this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, if you have any more interest in watching Marian athletics later this year, if you're watching from Indianapolis or as a Marian fan, we'll see you inside for women's basketball, men's basketball, and we wish them luck the rest of the way as they take on a stingy Spring Arbor team. For the Huntington Foresters, special year for Coach Potter. Thank you all for tuning in all year long, and hopefully next year you'll be stuck with me again. For Preston Husband, Josh Kessler, the rest of the FDN Sports crew, we'll see you guys next year.